For centuries, stained glass has transformed sacred spaces, filling them with color, light, and meaning. Each window is more than decoration. It is a story, a message, a prayer captured in glass for generations to witness. Today, we turn our craft toward the sacrament of holy orders, whose devotion, discipline, and service have shaped communities of faith for centuries. The priesthood embodies the ideals of courage, humility, and unwavering faith, guiding the faithful and standing as a living testament to divine purpose. In creating this piece, we do more than craft an artwork. We weave a story that will last beyond our own time. Every fragment of glass, every painted line, every joint of lead is a tribute to the art. Each element carries both symbolism and devotion, transforming the light into a narrative of faith. This is not merely a window, it is a visual prayer, a story cast in color and light, meant to inspire, to honor, and to endure for generations yet to come. Every sacred work begins with a vision. Before the glass is cut, before the paint touches the surface, the story must first be imagined. The design is not merely lines on paper, it is a blueprint of devotion, a guide for light and meaning to follow. In this panel, symbols of holy orders take shape. The priest's stole, the cross with the Eucharistic host, the Bible with the Alpha and Omega. The selection of color is a deliberate act, for each hue carries significance. Deep reds honor sacrifice, blues evoke the heavens, and golds reflect the eternal light of the divine. Greens speak of growth and renewal, while clear and muted tones invite contemplation. Together, these colors form a sacred palette destined to transform sunlight into a living story. Shaping the frame is equally vital, for it holds the narrative together. Every curve and edge is carefully planned, echoing the balance of strength and grace embodied by the sacrament of holy orders. The frame becomes more than a support. It is the vessel that will contain and elevate the story, guiding both the light and the gaze of all who encounter it. Through these choices of form, color, and structure, we lay the foundation of a story that will endure. The design is the heart of the window, a visual hymn to the sacrament, and the first step in a journey where light and devotion will be forever entwined. With the design finalized by the client, we turn our attention to the glass itself, a material both fragile and radiant, capable of capturing light and meaning. The selection process is meticulous. Each sheet is considered for its color, texture, and translucence. Deep ruby reds speak of sacrifice and devotion, echoing the courage and trials of holy life. Rich blues reflect the vastness of the heavens, guiding the faithful toward contemplation. Golden ambers capture the eternal light, a reminder of the divine presence in every act of service. Even the softest greens and pale hues are chosen to signify renewal, hope, and steadfastness. But color alone is not enough. The textures of the glass, smooth, rippled, or subtly frosted, add depth, creating movement and life when sunlight passes through. A single sheet may appear simple, yet when illuminated, it becomes a living, breathing part of the story. Selecting the right texture for each segment is as crucial as choosing its hue, for it shapes how the light and emotion of the piece are expressed. Cutting the glass is an act of skill in itself. Each fragment must be carefully shaped to fit the design with precision. Every curve and angle is made with intention and patience. A misstep can completely alter the story. A steady hand ensures that every piece finds its place. In this process, the individual fragments, fragile and incomplete on their own, are transformed into a part of a greater whole. A mosaic that mirrors the unity of those who have discerned. In selecting and shaping the glass, we honor the meticulous, patient devotion that has guided artists for centuries. Every piece chosen, every cut made, is a step towards creating not just a window, but a lasting tribute. A story cast in color and faith for generations to come. Once the glass is cut and shaped, the story begins to take deeper form through painting. With fine brushes and careful hands, we add fine detailing to the glass as we stand to symbolize the significance of the authority and sacred duties associated with the priesthood. Starting with an outline of the Bible, the details come together with every layer of paint, creating depth and bringing devotion to life. The next major element in this stained glass is the stole surrounding the Bible. The stole is brought to life in vibrant green, signifying humble servanthood and the priest's authority to administer sacraments and preach the word of God. The stole's presence is a reminder of the priest's ordination, his divine call to serve God's people. This is where the window truly begins to speak. Lines of paint define expression and motion. Shadows and highlights suggest depth. and minute dealing invite the observer to linger, to reflect, and to connect with the story within the glass. As you watch, you notice how the smallest brushstrokes transforms a simple shard into a part of a narrative that transcends time. Once our painting is completed, we take them into the kiln for the firing process. The kiln, at extreme temperatures, fuses all the painted details from the paint to the glass permanently. In the intense heat, the design becomes enduring. As you see the colors deepen and all the details emerge, imagine the centuries of artisans who have poured their skills and devotion into windows like these. And as this piece comes to life, keep watching, because the next steps, where fragments are united and the light transforms them into a living story, are where the true magic of stained glass reveals itself. With each piece painted and fired, the fragments are ready to be brought together. This is the stage where individual shards, each with its own color, texture, and story, are united by lead cane, which are H-shaped channels that form the framework that holds the entire window in harmony. The process is deliberate. Every joint must fit precisely, for strength and stability depend on care and patience. Lead is pliable yet strong. It binds the glass much like the priesthood binds its members in fellowship, purpose, and shared devotion. Alone, each shard is delicate, but together they become unbreakable, a mosaic of unity, discipline, and faith. Watching these pieces come together one by one is to witness a metaphor made real, that the beauty and power of service lie in connection, in working together to uphold something far greater than any individual. As the window slowly takes shape, the story begins to reveal itself fully. Light will soon pass through these joined fragments, illuminating the colors and symbols that highlight the importance of the Sacrament of Holy Orders. But we're not done just yet. This window still has a ways to go before it can see the light of day. With the window fully assembled, the next step is puttying, a process that is as much about protection as it is about longevity. Special glazing putty is carefully pressed into every joint, filling gaps, securing the lead, and creating a watertight seal. This is a slow, deliberate task, requiring just as much patience as any other part of the process, for it ensures that the story we have crafted will endure through the rain, wind, and the passage of time. In addition to putty, reinforcement bars are added to support the longevity of the window, particularly in larger or more complex designs. These bars are subtle yet essential, providing structural strength while allowing the glass to remain delicate and luminous. They remind us that even the most radiant work needs a foundation, just as faith and service are strengthened by discipline, fellowship, and steadfastness. As we finish these final steps, the window stands ready to meet the light, to transform sunbeams into color and shadow, and to share its story with all who gaze upon it. At last, the moment arrives when the window is lifted into its place, ready to meet the light. Carefully guided into the frame, each panel finds its home, the culmination of hours, days, and weeks of devotion. Watching the sunlight pass through the colored glass is to witness the transformation of raw materials painstakingly shaped and joined. The colors awaken, revealing the deep purples, blues, and golds of eternal light. Shadows and highlights play across the Bible, symbols, and sacred motifs, animating the narrative for all who enter the space. In this moment, the artistry becomes more than visual, it becomes spiritual. Just as the Sacrament of Holy Orders brings light to the world through service, so too does this window bring light into the room, illuminating both space and heart. With the Holy Orders stained glass window installed, we reminisce on the journey it took to get to this point. The steps of dedication and teamwork to reach this moment is a testament to the craft and artistry. If this video inspired an idea for your own sanctuary, take a look at our free stained glass guide, where we answered all the pressing questions related to commissioning stained glass. And if you like this video, I think you'll like this one too, where we created the St. John Evangelist in stained glass. Subscribe for more stories like this one. Till next time, bye.